Up today, Sing. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Rating Central rating. I'm Tim, and this is Sing. Sing is an animated film. I'm very fond of animated films, so I'll probably do a few of these. I really like this movie. There's a lot going on here, actually. One of the things I really liked about this movie versus a lot of other movies that you see directed towards children is that it actually deals with a lot of today's issues. Like there's places where parents are let down by their children. There's, a wife at home that's not being paid attention by her kids or her husband. There's, like the spark of the neighborhood, if you will. Like, there's all kinds of these little things that are actually going on nowadays that you just don't see in movies typically. And of course, like any traditional animated film or something directed towards kids, all this adversity is going on, and they put them in the darkest hole they can get in. But at the end, of course, they come out of it, and that's that feel-good part. And yeah, of course, that's not how life works all the time. But I mean, it's nice that kids can see that these things are there, but you can still get past them. As a parent myself, I know I appreciated that. There's definitely some humor in here. There's some pretty good action in here. I mean, it touches on things even like gambling, and there's a character Mike who really thinks that he is really God's gift to singing, and he finds out that he's not the only one. First off, but of course he also gets in bad with gambling, and you kind of see the consequences that can come out when you do these kinds of things. So I think it was a good lesson there. In general, it shows you also not to take things for granted and to really push yourself forward. There's a lot of really good underlining messages in this film. One of the things I gotta say is the acting is actually very, very well done for a animated film, especially. Normally, you get some pretty good actors and things like that. I mean, there's an all-star cast in this, which helps, of course. But you can actually really feel that they're into their characters in this one. Even though I am a parent, I would still tell people that don't have children to see this movie. It's still very good. I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. I've watched it many times. I really can't get enough of it, which is really good. Couple of things I do have to say. I mean, it's like any other film. It's got its problems. I mean, like they show all this adversity and how you get past it and whatnot. They show a person that, or a gorilla that robs a bank and he gets put in jail for it, which is fantastic. I mean, you see that there's consequences to the actions. But one of the main characters, he's seen stealing power, and he's stealing water, and he's building things without codes, and there's lots going on there that's never really explored to what his consequences are, other than the fact that he loses his theater at some point, which I guess is consequence enough, but not from the tail of a loss. So they're kind of not keeping it all in line that way. But I mean, that's a small hole, I would think, when it comes right down to it. I mean, he's a couple of things that I didn't like as well. Again, with having children, they show him, dodging bankers and dodging. Having to take responsibility for his actions and that kind of stuff. And of course, that's the last thing you want your kids to do. So it's just one of those things. Yeah, it's got its couple of little issues here and there. There's no two ways about it. The song choices are phenomenal. They are very well done. One thing I do have to say about the animation in this film specifically, though, is if you really watch their lips, it looks like they put a lot of effort into making sure that their lips on the animated characters actually reflect what is being said or sang at the time, which I know they do a pretty good job in all animated films for this, but it's not like a Chinese movie where you can put just anything in front of it. You can actually see what they're saying, which is just kind of unusual for it. So, but yeah, very good movie, lots of good songs. Lots of enjoyment, lots of action. There really wasn't much bad I could say about this movie. A lot of people harped on it for some reason, and I just disagree with it. They said that it was dry, or there wasn't enough stuff going on, but there's plenty going on here. You really have to pay attention to what's going on. That's all. Yeah, by all means, if you get a chance, go see this film. When it comes out, I'm going to buy it myself, not just because I have kids, but I enjoy it. Just that, very simply put. are welcome to disagree with any of my views on this. There are definitely going to be people out here that absolutely hate this film, I'm sure, which that's up to you. No problem. I'm just here to give my results. So, and as always, this is Tim from Rating Central, and this was Sing. Again, if you get a chance, see this movie for sure.